What would you say are the three books that have influenced you most?
Yeah. Well, I think the first book would probably be one from that same time period in middle school because I think that part of my life was very influential, and it was called Afterworlds. It's a book by Scott Westerfeld, and it basically uncovers two different stories. One is about a girl who like almost dies and meets these ancient death gods, and the other is about a girl who is writing this story. This is what kind of made me think was possible to be a writer and made me fall in love with like the craft in this like alternative version of storytelling that I hadn't seen, where like it was going in between these stories and I was learning a lot about one story through like the explanation of the other. Um, but yeah, that was one of them. I think the next, like, and I'm saying like influential, probably this one is more influential for me like now. But
Okay.
Parable of the Sower, by Octavia Butler. This is
Okay.
the story of a post-apocalyptic world and a girl discovering like her truth, and her truth is that God is change. And she's learning this as the her entire world is falling apart and everything is changing, and she's developing this
Mm,
spiritual identity through this like religious like basically creating her own religion and bringing people
okay.
into this sense of belief. And I think it's a really powerful story, the way that it can like explain what belief is and what religion can look like, especially how it can be built from like terrible atrocities. And I don't know, I just think it's beautifully done, and it's been an inspiration for me in like the ways that I want to tell stories. Um, and then a third book I would say is probably The Spiral Dance by Starhawk. This is the only like more nonfiction book, and it is like I think one of the first like witchy books that I was reading while I was writing my thesis,
Okay.
which really inspired me in how I could like approach these topics, because I think she just writes very beautifully about these topics that I was very skeptical of. And she like tells this like complex history of witches and like belief and ritual, and like kind of like pairs it all together to create like a story and a method of self-healing. Um, and yeah, I think it's so very well done and very inspirational for me.